So thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Taria. I'm trying to get my video on. Okay. I hope I'm able to see that. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I see the comments in the chat box, and I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that is in there celebrating. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so very quickly, we're going to go into our session today very quickly, and today we're going to hit the crux of the matter. We just want to go straight, and then I want to share everything that you need to know to be able to get the kind of jobs that you want. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that was here yesterday and is showing up again today. Like, you are absolutely amazing. I want to say a very big thank you. I do not take your presence for granted at all. The fact that you're the kind of person that wants knowledge in a particular area and then you go for it, it makes me respect you and I celebrate you for that. Secondly, I want to say a very big thank you to those that are joining us for the first time today. You are super duper amazing. I know that Sunday is the day of rest for so many people. Like, people don't want to come out on Sundays, but you came out, you are here, and I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. Well done. All right, so very quickly, we'll be going into today's session, and I hope you are ready. I hope you're ready, you're prepared to learn, you're prepared to, to get everything you can. You should have noticed from between yesterday and today that at 360 Guide, we answer your questions, right? So I really hope you came prepared with questions. And even if you don't have the questions here yet, please ensure that after this meeting, you go on ahead to the group, you drop your questions, and we will be happy to attend to them. Please, I also want you to note that as much as possible, please try and drop your questions and comments on the group. People on the group are so many. We have about 240 something people right now. So it's not quite easy for us to be answering all the questions privately. Your question can help somebody else. So please drop the questions on the group and then we'll respond on the group so that, that way we reduce the number of contacts that we are having with people. All right, thank you so much. And with this, we're going straight into the meeting for today. I hope you're as excited and expectant as I am. See, if you are not that expectant, I need you to build your expectation, because the things you will learn today, they are constant. What you will learn from me right now, constant, like it's a constant. It is there. Before you came into this meeting, they were the same rules, they were the same things. What was not ready, or the person that was not ready, was you. You were the one that was not ready for that opportunity. So I want you to build an expectation. I want you to sort it. You're going to take just a minute right now to sort it within yourself that, you know what, opportunities abound. I live in a universe that has abundant opportunities. I live in an abundant universe and I'm ready to take my opportunities right now. I need you to sort that with yourself right now. Before we go into this presentation, whatever it is you were doing, well, if it's something you have to do, keep doing it. But if you need to sit down and concentrate, please do. Can you get yourself a pen and paper? Because you can listen to something and you listen passively. But the moment you take a pen and a paper and you begin to write, you're reinforcing what you're learning. And it is something that you can always go back to. Or even if you did not plan to go back into it, you can stumble back into it. That is the awesome thing about writing things down. Even if you don't go into it immediately, then you can stumble into it. And finally, because I got so many messages yesterday, oh my God, I was responding to messages till about 12 midnight yesterday, right? I had to come up with something. So I've come up with an offer, which I'll be sharing, like it's mouth-watering. I'm going to be sharing it at the end of this meeting for those that might need it. At the end of this meeting, if it's something that you want to get on, please ensure you get on board, right? But that will be at the end of the meeting, we'll talk about it. So once again, I hope by now you've set your expectations, you are ready. I am ready. I'm always ready. I always want to just teach, and I want you to know everything you need to know. I want you to live, life to the fullest, the best kind of life that you can live. If there's something better, then you should go for it. All right, so with this, we're going straight into today's meeting. And we're going to be talking about a topic that is dear to everybody's heart. It was the reason you signed up for this. You're looking for virtual opportunities, and then you're looking for international opportunities. But before then, like I would always do, I want to really tell you what we are all about at the 360 Guide Limited. So at the 360 Guide Limited, we are building a community of excellent individuals. We are building a community of excellent individuals that will experience fulfillment in career and finances. That is what we want to do. That is why we keep running these free trainings. That is why sometimes we crash our prices so that more and more people can get on board. That is why we do the things we do, because we want to build an Africa that is able to supply its own workforce. We want an Africa that has, people that are responding to the needs of Africa. I was with a friend today, earlier today, and we were talking about some of the problems that Nigeria as a country has. And then, one thing we concluded on was that the solutions to the problem of Nigeria, or many African countries generally, is going to start from the industries. I know that all of us are focused on the political sphere. Everybody is looking at politics. Everybody thinks that, the political leaders need to solve our problems. Well, that's not true. Yes, eventually they will build in structures, right? In politics needs to come into building the structures, but a lot of our problems will be solved by the industries. And let me give you a very good example. In Nigeria, I don't know what the real estate market is like in Ghana at the moment, but in Nigeria, who are the people solving the housing needs right now? It's the real estate firms. It's not the government. They are building estates, that are well planned out. They are building estates that are well. So people, individuals have gotten large expanses of land, and they are building things that, they are building the dream that everybody wants to have. Why are people traveling abroad? Because they don't have access to basic amenities, right? Now, an industry is rising up to answer those questions. And we have in this room people that will rise up to answer the needs of Africa, not only as entrepreneurs, but you might be working for someone. And as you're working for someone, you're thinking, you're releasing your creative juices to be able to provide answers to the questions that people need. And on this note, I just remembered that I have a friend, he spoke earlier, that's Jide Bello, that spoke earlier. He created a company, alongside certain people that is answering the question of transportation. People are trying to get to work. You just want something decent. You don't necessarily have to own a car. In the UK, many people don't even own cars. But because they have a public transportation system that works, it's easy for both the rich and the poor and the middle class to get on board. And that is what we are looking at. That is what we are trying to create in Africa. And that is where we are right. We are calling people, serious-minded people that want to join this dream. Come in, get trained, take advantage of the free training, take advantage of the paid training, keep getting trained until we realize the Africa of our dreams. And with that, we say, we are creating a place for Africa. And that means that we are creating a place for you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We appreciate you. We appreciate your presence. All right, so down to the topic for today. Today's topic is, sorry, I need to close this. So today's topic is positioning for international and virtual job opportunities. How do I position myself to get international and virtual job opportunities? And in summary, we will be looking basically at your CV, your LinkedIn, job search tips, and then interview tips. These are the basic things that we'll be looking at today. CV, LinkedIn, job search, and job interview tips. How do you comport yourself on these 4 levels to be able to get virtual and international job opportunities? Now, I don't like to assume, I don't like to assume because I'm a trainer. I meet people all the time. So I'm going to talk about the two keywords in our topic. The first keyword is virtual. What does it mean to have a virtual role? A virtual role means that it's a job where you basically work from home. You work virtually. It doesn't even have to be from home, right? But you don't have to go to a physical office to do your work. So majority of the work you do is online. So some people would, create an office space like I have done for myself. I have a small office space in my house, and then I use my office space to do my work, right? That is a virtual opportunity. Some people will go into, we have virtual office spaces that people are creating. So if you have one close to you and you feel like, oh, I need to concentrate, you can rent a virtual office space, and then you go in there. You have your work tools. All you do is you log in. Everything you need is there. So you can work from there. So it's not everybody that works virtually that is staying at home 24/7. Because sometimes I get people that say things like, oh, how will I work? Like, I won't be able to work because I'll be at home all the time. You don't have to exactly be at home all the time. You can rent a workspace and work from there. Right? If you want to have that feel of, oh, I want to meet people every day, I just need to go to a place to have a sense of to give me a sense that I'm working, right? So if that is the kind of person you are, you can still have a virtual job, but you rent yourself a space. So, but basically what a virtual job means is that there is no physical office, and some companies have physical offices, but they still allow people, maybe depending on the kind of role that you occupy, you're able to work virtually. So we have some work opportunities that are that way. We also have what we call the blended job opportunities. The blended job opportunities means that you're working from home sometimes, and once in a while, you might be required to go to the field, or you might be required to attend a meeting in a physical location. The fact that a job is virtual doesn't mean it's international. There are Nigerian offices that work virtually. The 360 Guide Limited, for example, all of us work virtually. Yes, everybody works virtually. So it's a Nigerian company, but we work virtually, right? So that's a virtual opportunity. It doesn't have to be international. It could be local, but you're not required to come in physically, right? And then the other keyword is international. What is an international job? International job means that you're working for a company that is not necessarily based in your country. So there are different levels of this. You might be working for a country that is based in South Africa. If you're a Nigerian, you're working for a country based in South Africa, a company based in Korea, a company based in Vietnam, a company based in Canada. You can be working for a company anywhere in the world. That makes it international. There are also cases where we have international companies that have their head offices in the country you're residing. So there are many internationals, or what we call multinational companies, that are present in your country, and then they might require your services. So an international job is not necessarily virtual. You might be required to go to work every day, but you have, international jobs, they give exposure to best practices all over the world. So you're able to access opportunities, you're able to see the way things run in other parts of the world. So those are some of the keywords. If you have any questions, please don't forget to drop them as I keep speaking. I'll keep checking the chat box from time to time in case there is a question. All right, awesome. So we keep moving from there. I hope we understand the keywords. If you understand the keywords, just let me know in the chat box. And while you're answering that question, I want to ask, I know some people are asking, why should I care about a virtual role or an international job? Why can't I just get a regular job and do it? All jobs are okay, right? There is nothing wrong with you doing any kind of job. The major thing that we are all about is that you find fulfillment in whatever it is that you do. That's our aim at 360 Guide. So why should you care about international offers? The first thing is a sense of purpose. It gives a sense of purpose. It gives And one thing we do before we begin to guide you on any job that you're looking for at the 360 Guide is we help you to find yourself. We have a course that is on personal branding. And you know, when a lot of companies talk about personal branding, they're talking about you do your CV, you do your LinkedIn and all of that. No, we help you to find yourself. Many people are out there, you're working already, you don't even know who you are. If I ask you the question, who are you right now? Many people cannot answer. And that is the first thing you should be able to do as a person. In fact, that is what the entirety of the school you went to was all about, finding yourself. Finding yourself, finding who you are, finding who you are what you're called out for. So when you get, and one thing about international jobs or virtual roles is that because of the flexibility that is attached to it, it gives some sort of room for self-discovery. You know that, oh, this is meant for me, this is not meant for me. It gives you a sense of purpose. For those that have worked virtually, you would agree with me. And if you've worked virtually before, I would like you to confirm this in the chat box. You would agree with me that because the work is focused on just what you're doing. If, for example, you picked up a sales role, all you're doing is, what you're doing is going to be at least 80% or 70 to 80% sales. If what you picked up is IT, what you'll be doing is 70 to 80% IT, right? You are able to know if this field is meant for you or not. Compared to people that work, you know, that do jobs, like regular jobs that you have to go every single day. Sometimes you're so blinded by the number of hours you take in getting to work, the friendships you're keeping at work, that you don't even know whether whether it is the job you like or whether it's just the fact that you get to meet people. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, because I kind of feel like I'm putting it in a technical way. If you understand what I'm saying, I want you to just type on this, I understand in the chat box. If you don't understand, say, I don't understand. When you're doing a virtual role or a role that is very specific, it helps you to know if you're cut out for what you're doing. Unlike when so many things are attached to the job, you're going to a job, you wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, right? And then you get to the job at 8, you spend 4 hours on the road. You feel like you're hardworking. You think, oh, I'm very hardworking because I spend like 6 hours in traffic. I'm very hardworking. I know what I'm doing, right? But on a virtual role, it is just you and the job. So you know exactly what you want to do. Thank you to all the people, you know, in the chat box that are helping me. I'm so glad you understand what I'm trying to say. All right. So another thing that it does is virtual roles will help you to save. Imagine yourself saving everything on transportation every month. Just imagine, like, you're earning and then you can save everything on transportation. Now, a lot of that money might go into getting data or airtime, you know, to be able to stay connected. But trust me, many of us stay connected anyways, right? We stay connected anyways. So you're still going to spend on your data and all of that. You might spend a little bit more, but it is nothing compared to the amount you spend on transportation. And for those that drive, you know the hazards of, by the time you drive, one of the things I'm enjoying these days is the fact that I don't have to go out so much, right? So it reduces the amount you spend on fuel. It reduces the number of times you have to, it reduces the number of times maybe somebody bashed your car, you know, a car accident, a fault with the car, you know, all those kind of expenses are reduced. The risks are reduced, right? And then you even have more time. You are able to rest. You are able to think properly. You're not focusing on the minor. You're not focusing on the major, right? And then the next thing is it opens up doors of opportunities for you, because when you focus very well on a particular field, more and more opportunities will open up for you. When people know that you have been able to do a virtual role and you handled it well, people that work virtually, they are highly effective people. If you work virtually and you've been successful, it's going to be easy for you to work in a normal office space because you are goal-oriented. You've become result-oriented. You're all about results. It's not about how many hours it took me to get to work. You're always thinking results. So it's going to open doors of other opportunities up for you. And many virtual roles will ask you, have you done a virtual role before? So it's something that you should definitely consider. the global relevance. Your relevance, not just within your country, but your relevance globally, even if your virtual role is working for an organization within your country, because then you have to use work tools. You have to use international tools that will be relevant on any global scale. And then for many virtual jobs that are also international, imagine you're working with people from different parts of the world, you're experiencing new cultures, you're understanding people. Let me tell you one myth that I know that many Africans have. Many Africans think that they are very hardworking, and you feel like you're more hardworking than your counterparts in other parts of the world. How many people have felt that way before? You feel like, oh, just because I was born in Africa, you know, my stress is more, so I generally do more work. You feel like you're more hardworking than people in other parts of the world. I mean, if you feel that way, I want you to confirm this. If you don't feel that way, say no. If you feel that way, I want you to say yes. I need your responses. Thank you. Yes, I see you. I see you, Grace. It's so good to have you again tonight. I'm so happy you got in. If you feel like, yes, 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 many people are feeling that way. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. In truth, right? In truth, there are certain countries that generally you find out that they're more laid back in their approach to work. But many people that have traveled out of the shores of Nigeria, and many people that have worked with international organizations, you would agree with me that this is a myth. This is a myth that is not true. People are hardworking everywhere. There are hardworking people everywhere. The work culture in many places, you'll be surprised. You will be surprised. It's usually a shocker for many people that work in international organizations to find out how hardworking people from other parts of the world are. So hard work is not what we call sufferhead, right? I'm trying to look for the proper English to use for that. But hard work is not sufferhead. You can work smart, and smart work can require a lot of mental work and all of that. So you begin to know, you're aware of those things. You're not just sitting down in one corner of the world and feeling like, oh my God, just because I'm African, I'm hardworking, I can survive anywhere. No, there are skills you need to learn. There are things and new orientations you need to pick up. So these are the kind of things that international job opportunities open up to you. And finally, you are able to live on your terms. See, if you're able to get yourself an international job or a virtual job, there is more likelihood, you have a better chance of being able to live life on your own terms. You know, incorporate vacations, incorporate family hangout time. You know, for example, I work from home now. I'm able to pick my children from school. I'm able to drop them off in school the way I want. In the past, I had to employ people to do that. You know, either you use school bus services and things like that. But when you're working, you know, virtually, you're able to incorporate the kind of lifestyle that you want. Now, don't get it twisted. Don't think that, oh, once I start working virtually, all my problems are over. I'm living the dream life. You're going to work hard. You're going to work hard. You're going to work hard. And sometimes, you know, if you're not careful, the work might not even end. So like the person that goes to work and then 5 o'clock, they're out of the place, because you're so result focused, sometimes you need to work outside of work hours. It would not be demanded of you, but your results would always be demanded of you. So even if you're able to, if it's going to offer you flexibility, you will still need to do some work outside of your work hours. Awesome. We're going to move ahead now. We're moving. And we're going into the practical aspects, right? Now, before I go into the practical aspects, there is a quote I always like to share when I'm talking about things like this. And it is from a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. The author is George S. Clason. How many of us know that book? If you've not read this book, you need to read it. If you are not a reader, you don't read books, I encourage you to read. And for those that will be staying back in our community, that is on the group that you joined, every month we will suggest a book for you to read. We will not follow up on you privately, right? We won't follow up on you privately to read the book because you're not paying us to coach you. But we will suggest a book because we have a good collection of books at 360 Guide. So we'll give you a book that you can read. And we advise that you just go buy that book and read it because it's going to change your life. It's going to change your perspective. To the students that joined us, every student in the house, whether you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, you're in your final year, or you're the luckiest of the bunch here because you're just starting out. Every student in the house, see, I don't know how I can convince you, but if you are a student, stay in this community, and the things you're told to do it like you are hearing from the Holy Spirit. That's how I'll tell you to do, because it will give you a solid foundation for life. And for those that have already gone into the workplace and all of that, it is not too late. Read the books we're going to be giving to you. Make sure you read them. Read the books. Read them. Every month there'll be a book. Break it down into chapters, a chapter a day. That's what we recommend, a chapter a day. And as you're reading, another culture you should take is make sure you review. You read and get a journal where you're writing your thoughts down, or maybe the notes on your phone. As you're reading, you take down your thoughts. So please just put that in mind and then do that. All right, so there's a quote from that book that says, men of action are favored by the goddess of good luck. And this quote came from a story. I don't want to go into the story because of time today, right? But I need you to realize that when you talk about luck, when you talk about this person was lucky, this person is good, and this person had good luck, doesn't mean good luck does not exist. Good luck exists. Good luck exists, right? Good luck exists. However, good luck seems to favor people that are people of action, people that take action. It doesn't favor people that just listen, people that just know. Remember the levels of opportunity we learned yesterday. It doesn't take, the goddess of good luck does not favor people that are aware of opportunities. It favors people that are prepared for opportunities. It favors people that create opportunities. So you need to move yourself from the place of being aware of opportunities, from being ignorant of opportunities. You need to move into the preparation phase. And the preparation phase is by you begin to read, you begin to get trained, you begin to get into places where people can help you launch into what you want to eventually become. We keep moving. So we're going to start from your CV. What should your CV look like if you're looking for an international job? Somebody asked the question yesterday, do I need a CV? Yes, you need a CV. If you have a child, for the older people that are in here, once your child gets into what we call SS2, I don't know, I think it's called SS2 also in Ghana, the penultimate year of senior secondary school, please guide your child on how to write a CV. In that CV, they might not have a lot of work experience, right? But you should begin to think about it. Your child should have work experience. If you have a younger sibling, these are things you should begin to do. If there is a store down your street, tell your sibling to go and work there as a front desk person. Sometimes they might not even get paid. During the holidays, it's not just enough to go on vacation. There are 3 holidays in a year, right? There is a long summer break, right? There's a long summer break. You can plan that for your vacations. You can plan that for your family hangouts. But when your children are on holiday, please and please, if your child is not academically challenged, it is not time to put that child in a lesson. Let the child go and work. Let the child go and volunteer. If you have a young person in your life, I'm saying this, and this is priceless, because creating a place for Africa starts from catching them young. So look at the younger people around you. During the holidays, begin to look for opportunities for them. They can sell, they can help you they can do bookkeeping. Let them begin to get opportunities. And by the time they get to SS2, SS3, guide them on how to prepare a resume. If you don't know how to guide them, get a professional to help them get it done. They should have a 1-page resume from SS2 going forward. If you're in university, get a resume. If you don't have any work experience, you need to begin to find a place where you can volunteer. Or think about things you've done for people for free and how you can represent them in your CV. But everybody does need a CV. And even if you don't have a CV yet, don't worry, don't bother yourself about it. It is time. You can create one and you can start from now. And remember, don't begin to feel disadvantaged. No, the rain is falling over everybody. It depends on how badly you want it. Type it today. I live in an abundant universe. I want you to type it again because it's my duty to ensure that it sinks into your consciousness. I want you to type it right now. I live in an abundant universe. I live in an abundant universe. I live in an abundant universe. All right. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for that, TK. I live in an abundant universe. Thank you, thank you. Wake up every day, say it to yourself. Every day you wake up, when you're trying to put up a status, put that on your status. I live in an abundant universe. It means that you have enough opportunities available to you. Don't say because I don't have a CV. Don't say because my LinkedIn is not done. No, I have opportunities and opportunities are abundant to me. Once you begin to say, oh, I don't have opportunities, I don't have this, you close, automatically you're closing your mind. So irrespective of the fact that you are just creating your CV today, it doesn't matter. I remember the last boot camp, there was somebody that I just started. In fact, the person that gained the most traction, or the second person, who were about 20 in that boot camp, the first person that gained the most traction, the person, she wasn't even new to LinkedIn, but she had not been using her LinkedIn for long. The second person just created her account, and already she has gained traction on her LinkedIn. So don't say it's because I'm just starting out and not know you're good enough and you have everything it takes. All right, so what should your CV look like? A good CV should first truly represent you. I'm not a fan of you going to get a professional to do your CV and then you don't even look like your CV, you don't even know what is there. You're like, who owns the CV? You can't defend the CV, right? So I know a lot of people are into that habit. Because you want to get an international job, you go give your CV to a professional to do. Doesn't mean you should not give your CV to a professional. Please do give your CV to a professional if you're not talented at writing, but ensure that you are a part of the process. You are a part of the process. Everything that is written there should resonate with you. Secondly, your CV should instill confidence in you. If you look at your CV, every time you're submitting your CV, you should have that sense of, yes, my CV is able to compete. Is able to compete favorably. So your CV must instill confidence in you. If your CV, your CV doesn't give you that sense of confidence, then you need to rewrite it, or you need to get somebody to help you to walk you through it. And thirdly, it should incite interest in you. Now, for those that said they've not even seen a CV before, I sent you a template yesterday. The wise ones have already made an attempt on that CV. And today I'm going to be going into, what makes a CV stand out. What makes a CV stand out? At this point, I need you to listen and listen carefully. I need you to listen and listen good. I'm not holding back anything from you. But trust me, you can't learn everything about a CV, in a short while. But I know that there are people that would grasp it. So I want you to listen and listen very carefully as we go ahead. The first thing is your CV should have a clear vision and mission, which is reflected in your professional summary. So if you look at the templates that I put in yesterday, you'll see that there is a place that says professional summary, right? It's also called, some people call it executive summary, some people call it, different names, right? It's just a summary of all your experiences. See, your CV must clearly show who you are. It should be articulate, it should be believable, who you are, a clear vision and mission. That is the beginning, that is the foundation of your career. That is the foundation of any career you're going into. That is the foundation of what a recruiter will look at and say, I want to talk to this person. I want to invite this person to an interview. Many of us, what is just on our CV is you just go straight into your work experience. You write your name, your address, and all of that, and then you begin to talk about your work experience. Can you explain concisely? Like you need to be able to say it in a way that it is believable and it is attractive and inspiring. Who are you? And who are you? Let me just delve a little into it for those that might not know. You are not a married woman with 3 children. You are not an accountant, a doctor, a teacher, because that is what some people think they are. No, you are first of all your core values. your core values, the deep things that resonate with you. That is who you are. What are those keywords, those key adjectives, those power adjectives that truly represent you? Now, for you to be able to get your, who you are, the core of who you are, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And for those that might feel like, I don't know who I am, we have products that would help you to find who you are. And I'll talk about some of those products, at the end of this, right? If you don't even know who you are, you don't even know what you want to do with your life, you're not even sure how to find yourself, we can help you with that, right? So just leave that. But if you already have an idea, then go on that, your CV right now, and go and put in there a clear mission and a vision and mission statement. My name is this person. No, not my name. I am a creative and resilient individual with something ability to do this and that. I have worked in this space for 3 years and I've been able to achieve this result. I am looking for an opportunity to be able to work in this kind of industry. So it is basically who I am, what I have done, and where I want to be. That is what your mission, your professional summary should look like. Who I am, what I have done, and what I intend to be. That is what you want to achieve with your professional summary. It's usually not too long, usually between about 50, like 30 to 50 words is okay. Some people would extend it to 75 or 100 words for your professional summary on your CV, but it has to be powerful, right? It has to be powerful. The next thing is you need to build a good framework. And what I'm saying here is this. See, people have this idea, you just pick up a Word document and then you begin to create a CV for yourself. I'm saying to you here, if you are not a tech guru with a PhD in MS Word, just find a template and use to create your CV. I've already supplied a template for those that need it. Use a template. Templates are already there, they're already divided into sections so that it is easy for you to create a CV that is visually appealing. Your CV someone should look at it and not feel like, oh my God, I just want to cry and go and sleep, right? It should give a little life, a little color, a little design, not something that is all over the place. And a good place to find templates is on Microsoft Word. When you open a new document, you will find the option to create from a template, right? So find the option of creating from a template. Another thing that you can do is to go online and search for free CV templates. Look for free CV templates and then use that. Please don't use something that is too dramatic. We don't need too much of drama. It needs to be, yes, we want it to be appealing, but not too dramatic, right? So please build a good framework using a template. Most templates already come with the headings, right? So they come with the headings, the way it should be structured, and you need to structure your CV that way. The next thing you need is, now this is what majority of people don't know. Many people write their CVs and then in their experience, the work experience part, they're just talking about what they've done. For example, somebody that has worked as a receptionist will say, taking records of visitors. I took records of visitors that came in on a daily basis. I did this, I did that. Is it okay to write that? Yes, it's okay. But what you want to, there's a step ahead of that, is to hammer on what you achieved in line with the industry's expectations. Think of it. Why are you on that job? Why did they employ you? I'm sure that when your CEO or the person that recruited you was recruiting for that role, the person was not looking for somebody that would just sit down and be taking records. There was a dream, there was an idea in mind. You need to ask yourself, the company I work for now, what are they trying to achieve? And how am I helping them to achieve what they are trying to achieve? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I'm trying to find a way to make it more practical. So this person that is sitting down at the front desk and just every day when a visitor comes, he just brings out the book and says, "Damn, fill in your name." How about you look at it and say, okay, out of out of 50 people that come in on a daily basis, I notice that 30 people are the people that would usually buy from us. The remaining 20, they don't buy. I noticed that people that come in from this time to this time, they usually don't buy. Or people that come in from morning till this time, they buy. So I suggested that in my office, we start serving tea from this time to this time to encourage people to come in at that time to buy. I don't know if you're catching the difference, because this is the kind of thinkers, this is the kind of thinking we are looking for in Africa. Problem solvers, people that know why they are seated on that role. I'm going to ask you this evening, for those that are working already, do you know why you are employed on that role? Or what you just have is your basic job description? They said I should call clients, and I call the clients. They said I should call 20 clients daily, so I call 20 clients daily. Do you care about the numbers? Do you care about your outcomes? A good way to think about your achievements is to think about your happy moment, your inspiring moments on the job. These are the kind of things that you want to represent in your CV. These are the kind of things that make the eyes of recruiters shine when they see your CV. Everybody wants problem solvers. So in your CV, while explaining your experience, you need to make your own CV, your work experience, stand out by talking in numbers. Talk in numbers. I reduce the waiting time of people, I reduce customer waiting time or client waiting time by implementing a system, a waiting system or an appointment system using Excel. That is what people want to hear. I don't want to hear, I took records of people that came in. Anybody can do that. My 7-year-old can do that. My 7-year-old can take records of people coming in. I'll just tell him what to do. When anybody comes, writes their name, writes the date, the time they came in, right? It will do that job. So you're not as valuable, but not everybody will think outside the box. So you need to be an outside the box thinker. And then you also need to be able to explain what you've done outside the box. And then the next thing is, yes, you make your CV pop, right? Make it pop with a little color. Make sure you make it pop by making it, let it be on point. I'm going to use that phrase, on point. On point means that it is just perfect. Dot your I's, cross the T's, edit your CV until your CV is making you proud. You need to have that CV that when you look at it, even you are proud of it. Do you know why? If you are not proud of it, your CV is going into a competition. Remember, your CV is going into a competition. It needs to be able to compete favorably with others, right? If you've learned something from this CV section, I want you to say learning. Just type learning in the chat box. If you have questions, I want you to ask the questions so that I can take your questions on CV before we move. Okay, somebody says, can I show you an example of a good CV? I usually don't like to do that. You know why? People will just go and edit the name and then they would use that CV. All right. But what you can do is you can get on my CV bootcamp, right? On my CV bootcamp, we break it down. On the CV bootcamp, you see everything. So another thing you can do is you can go and Google a good CV example. Just go on Google, type in a good CV example. You find a good CV there. You find many people have written about good CVs. You find many good CVs there. So please do that. Just go on Google and look for a good CV and then find one that, you can find some of the things I've talked about in there. All right. I see people are learning. Awesome. I see learning. That's awesome. I'm so happy. Sometimes it feels like you're talking to yourself. Okay. The next thing is LinkedIn. See, you cannot joke with LinkedIn when you're looking for virtual opportunities. We'll still get to where to search for those jobs, right? But you need to get your LinkedIn working, because from my experience, right, from people that have gotten jobs that are virtual and international, you find out that about up to 60 to 70% of these people, find this kind of jobs on LinkedIn or other job portals that look like LinkedIn. So you find on LinkedIn, and then you also see there's a closely related one or a competitor to LinkedIn that is called Indeed. So you can find on Indeed, you can find on LinkedIn, right? So, but I'll just use LinkedIn as a guide so that whatever job portal you're on, you can go and then you edit your job portal to suit what I'm teaching you on LinkedIn. Now, for your LinkedIn, a good LinkedIn page should be active and up to date. That's the first thing. You can't run a LinkedIn page. You're actively looking for a job and then you're not showing up on LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn page should be complete and active. It should suggest relevant career and training opportunities to you. So a good way to know if your LinkedIn is optimized, because people keep asking, how do I know if my LinkedIn is optimized? The job suggestions that you are getting, are they the kind of jobs that you want to apply for, right? That is a way to know if your LinkedIn is optimized. Another thing is, from time to time, LinkedIn will be sending you trainings, suggested trainings for you to take. The kind of training opportunities that LinkedIn is sending you, are they related to your field, to the kind of jobs you want to get? If they are not, it means that your LinkedIn is not properly set up. You need to go back in there and set it up. And before we end this section, if there is time, I'm just going to take you into LinkedIn and show you some secrets that you can use on LinkedIn to get the kind of jobs that you want, right? I'll just show you if there is time, because I'm also getting into another meeting by 8 o'clock. So if there is time, I'll show you. But if there is no time, just stay in our community. And then from time to time, we keep dropping these tips. And from time to time, we invite people to join our challenge. So we have like challenges, LinkedIn challenge, your CV writing challenge, and all of that. You can join a challenge so that you can get these things done really fast. Okay, then another thing is you can make it easy. Your LinkedIn page should make it easy for you to apply for jobs with a click. That means that on your LinkedIn, you have an up-to-date CV that is uploaded to your LinkedIn profile. Do you know why it is important? Naturally, most human beings procrastinate. Most people, procrastination is not just a thing for maybe the person is lazy. Most people procrastinate. So you might see a job opportunity now and you feel like, oh, I like this job opportunity, I'll come back to apply for it. Many times you will not get to do it. Many times you would not apply for that job, even though it perfectly suits you. So you need to set up your LinkedIn in a way that everything you need to apply for a job is on the LinkedIn page. And then you just click and put in that application immediately. So that is another way to look at it. And finally, your LinkedIn from time to time should generate head-on opportunities. Head-ons means that somebody is going to reach out to you in your LinkedIn, come to your LinkedIn page and just chat you up and say, I saw your profile, I'm interested in this, I'm interested in that. Now, headhunting might take a while. For some people, it happens fast. For some people, it takes a while, right? It depends on when opportunities in your field are open. But your LinkedIn, from time to time, should have people coming to your inbox to just say, hi, I saw your post, or hi, I saw your profile. Can we work together? It should generate those kind of opportunities for you. If your LinkedIn is not doing any of this for at the moment, then it needs some work. You need some work, and then you should be able to get in there and work on it. And what are the things you need to work on? The first thing you need to work on is your professional headshots. Your professional headshot, that means that's what you call your DP or your profile picture on LinkedIn, right? So get yourself a professional picture. Walk into a studio, get a picture, and then put it in there. Now, if you have a good camera, find a place that is well lit, very good lighting, get a good picture of yourself looking joyful. I'm not saying laugh, you need to laugh. If you want to smile, that's okay. But looking joyful and looking ready to work. Looking ready to work, your hair made. If you're female and you use makeup, put on some makeup, look good, look like the kind of person that they want to offer an international job or a virtual job, right? Look like somebody that is ready for business. Your lighting is important. Lighting is important. The positioning of your picture is important. You're looking at me in this meeting now. You can see my face. You can see that. You can see my head. You can see the whole head. It's not like half of my head is missing. This is what some people post on their LinkedIn. Some people, all sorts of funny looking images, right? So you need to post something that is a picture that represents you, that is attractive. Lighting is almost everything. Good lighting is very important. Don't take a dark picture. Your picture should instill confidence in you, because that is what would attract people. That is what people are saying. It should attract people to you. So your professional headshot. And if you're a student, yes, you need to get on LinkedIn now. You need to start. You need to learn the art of getting on LinkedIn now. You need to divide your attention between Facebook and Instagram and then invest some time on your LinkedIn page. Okay, so we move ahead. And then after the professional headshot is also a banner. You have the opportunities to put in a banner, right? Get a nice banner done. You can get a good banner on Canva. Canva is a design app, right? Get a good banner that represents you on Canva. The next is your headline. Your headline is that one. You know what? I feel like going into LinkedIn right now, but I'm also afraid of our time. Let me rush through LinkedIn, and then I'll see if I can just quickly take you into LinkedIn to show you some of those things. Your LinkedIn is the one line, like one headliner that you will see on LinkedIn. And I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to open LinkedIn and I'll show it to you just before we end the session. Your headline needs to be powerful and it needs to show where you want to be, right? It needs to show something powerful from your past and where you are going. Do you know why? When people are looking, when recruiters are looking at job opportunities on LinkedIn, the first thing LinkedIn shows them is your headline, your name and your headline. Your name and your headline. So your headline should reflect the kind of opportunities that you are looking for. It is the reason why some people never open your CV, because your headline is not reflecting the kind of jobs you're looking for. You need to be very specific. I'm looking for virtual sales role, you know, a salesperson in search of virtual sales role or something like that. You just talk, you know, virtual salesperson skilled in Salesforce, Zoho, this and that, and then interested in virtual sales opportunity. Or you can be more general. It doesn't have to be as specific, but make sure it covers what you want. Make sure it covers the kind of jobs you're applying for, right? The next thing is the about section. And I would usually advise in your about section, you put that summary that we talked about in your CV, you put it there, and then you put in more and more, because the about section allows up to 1,000 words, you put in experiences, you put in your achievements in your about section, and then you put in where you want to be, you know, your dreams and your aspirations, you put them in there. That is for your about section. I'm going to show you all of those things. I'll try as much as possible to create time. The next thing is make sure that you complete all sections on your profile. Make sure you achieve a 100% complete profile. As you log into your LinkedIn, LinkedIn will let you know if your profile is complete or not. Another thing is you need to set powerful job alerts. This is the key. This is the key to the kind of job opportunities that you want. Because like I said, LinkedIn will continue to suggest to you jobs that you need to apply for and all of that. This is the key. If your job alerts are properly set, then you'll be getting the kind of job opportunities that you want. And once I log into LinkedIn, I'll show you how to do that, right? The next thing is connections. Connections. Many people are on LinkedIn today, and then you look at your LinkedIn, you have only 52 connections. Like, even if you count the people you know in this life, I'm sure you know at least 100 people. You should not have less than 100 connections. LinkedIn is not Facebook where you say, oh, I'm beefing this person, so I don't want to add this person to my LinkedIn. No, add everybody. This is work. This is career. This is not personal space where they're checking you out. And please add people, because the more people you add, the more opportunities that you're opening up to yourself. There's a way LinkedIn works out the algorithms, right? It looks at the people that it shows you opportunities and opportunities. It shows you the opportunities of people that are connected to you. So the more you limit yourself in terms of your connections, the more you're limited in the opportunities that are available to you. The next thing is your skills. Make sure you update your skills. Every professional skill that you've done, make sure you update it on your LinkedIn page. Another thing you need is recommendations. Reach out to people within your space, excuse me, and ask them to recommend you. Ask them to recommend you so that people can see the glowing recommendations that people have for you on your page. And finally, once you've done all of this, many times people will pay a professional to do all of this, and then they don't they don't do what? They don't engage LinkedIn. You need to engage people's posts. You need to post, make posts regularly on LinkedIn. You need to do that. Give yourself a target, maybe once a week, twice a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. Give yourself a target. From time to time, get on a challenge to encourage you to post more on LinkedIn. From time to time, get on a challenge. Some challenges, there are challenges everywhere. Some will tell you to join a challenge. It will be maybe 500 if you're in Nigeria, it will be 500 naira. Some people will tell you to join a challenge. It will be how much now? Different amounts of money. Very easy. They'll just they'll ask you to join, right? So you can join a challenge to spur you to engage more on LinkedIn. Cheap amounts of money, and then you're able to just engage on LinkedIn. From time to time, we also throw open challenges, right? So you can also join a challenge. Some of we throw open free challenge, but we will not follow up with you. But when you join a closed group challenge, there's usually follow up. They keep following up with you to say, have you done this? Have you done that? What have you done? So it encourages you to do what you need to get done. All right, then the next thing is, how do you search for these jobs? Like, this probably is the big elephant for so many people here today. Like, I know that you've done your LinkedIn, you've done your CV, and you're like, where are the good jobs at? Don't worry, I'll tell you. And we had, I think a few months ago, we had the Step Up Like a Pro webinar series. If you are not a part of that series, I'm going to recommend 2 videos from that series for you to watch. We're going to post it on the group. We won't post it together so that it doesn't get missing. So we'll post it over time, maybe a week after, like week by week, we'll post the 2 videos, because it goes in depth into, how to search for a job. It goes in depth into how to maximize your network, right? So I'm going to post that for you, and then you can watch it at your own convenience. But for now, I'm just going to go through it. A good job seeker first, before you even start looking for the jobs, there are certain characteristics that a good job seeker has. And the first thing is, a good job seeker is deliberate. A good job seeker is deliberate. If you're searching for a job, you will know that you're searching for a job. You don't search for a job in your mind. And that is where most people I meet are searching for their jobs. In their mind, I'm job seeking. Okay, you're job seeking. Which jobs have you applied for this week? You can't answer the question. You're not job seeking. The next thing is, there is a determination. There is a mindset to searching for these jobs. The next thing is dedication. You need to be dedicated to what you're doing. If you're not all of these things, you're still joking in your job search. And especially when you're looking for virtual and international roles, because they are more competitive. More people are competing for those roles. So you need to be all of those things and more for you to get them. Now, remember, you live in an abundant universe. So I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm saying this to encourage you, because the goddess of good luck favors men of action. And all of these things are pointers to action, right? So you're dedicated, you are diligent, and I'll show you how to be, don't worry. I'll show you things you can put in place, structures you can put in place to help you in your job search. And then you need to know that searching for a job is a full-time job on its own. Searching for a job is a full-time job. And if you need to get into a pseudo work environment to search for jobs, please do that. If you need to set apart time every day, for 2 hours every day, or every week, 2 hours from this time to this time on Wednesday, I'm going to dedicate this time to my job search, then you need to do it. This also applies to people that are already working but are looking for better opportunities. You need to, what you have to do, you need to get it done. So if you're looking for a job, you're looking for better opportunities, virtual opportunities, dedicate time. Dedicate a specific time to your job search. That is how to get into the rain, right? Now, where do you search? For different kinds of job offers, like I said, I'm going to post the general video and you can watch it, and it's going to give you so many ideas that you never thought of on how to search for jobs. But for the purpose of virtual roles, the places you want to look at are in these major categories. So first is, check on Google. It's amazing, right? I'm sure, how many people ever thought of Google as a place to search for a job? How many people, if you thought of Google, say yes. If you've never thought of Google, say no. I thought of Google, say yes. I've never thought of Google, say no. I want to say no, yes. I know most people don't think about it. I see somebody that said yes. Awesome. Awesome. I see a lot of answers there. Mixed reactions. Thank you. So yes, you should set up your Google. You know the advantage that Google has, right? Just go on Google and search and put in, in the Google search button, put in, you know what, let me write it down and see if I can also show you this. So I promised to go on LinkedIn and show you some things. LinkedIn and then Google, right? LinkedIn and Google. So you go on LinkedIn, go on Google, just type in what you want. Virtual roles or virtual sales assistant, or, just look for the job title that suits what you want. And then you do what? Search for it. It will bring out job listings from different job portals. From different job portals, it will bring it out for you. Then just go under and then you set an alert. When you set an alert, anytime a job in that, with that job title comes up, Google will send it to your email. Google will send it to your email. That is one place to check that many people don't look at. The next thing that you need to look at is LinkedIn, or if you have an Indeed account, and you should open an Indeed account, but don't open an account that you will not manage. I'm not a fan of, just open everything. Like if you're going to manage it, then you open it. But if you're not going to manage it, don't open it. Just stick to one. LinkedIn is the more popular one at the moment in this region. So go on LinkedIn, put in your, set up your LinkedIn properly, set up your job alerts properly, right? And then that's the way to go. And then the next thing is job search portals generally. So you have the general ones, though some of them, they fluctuate at times. They are the ones that they might be doing well this month, and then next one, they're not doing so well and all of that, but it is still worth it. And for every job search portal that you go on, job search portals are places like My Job Search Mag, like Jobberman, like Niger Jobs or Niger Hot Jobs. Those kind of portals are the places that you want to go on, and make sure that you set up your account on those places properly so that you're getting the right kind of alerts from those places, right? And then the next place that you need, now this is the one that you need to be aware of because it's quite new. You're seeing people that are doing it, right? And then many of us are very skeptical, but I want to encourage you to go for it because, I talked about 60 to 70% of job search of jobs, virtual jobs being gained from places like LinkedIn and Indeed and all of that. However, training and shadowing is becoming a big industry, in the job search sphere. This is where somebody will come and say that we will train you free of charge. We will train you for this job free of charge, right? We'll train you for the skills. And then once you get a job, you pay us back. How many of us have come across such adverts before? And I'm going to be pasting 3, 4, or 5 of this kind of places, especially for those that are students in the house. You can do it on the side. You get trained in a virtual skill. And then when you get trained, they help you to find a job. And then when you get a job, you then pay them back. They get a cut of your pay for a period of time, right? But it is better than you not having anything. You get trained, you have your skills for life. And then when you get a job, when they help you to get a job, you pay them back. All right, don't worry. For those on the group, I'm going to be posting some of those links on the group for you to see. So you can go in there and get trained. So there's all sorts of trainings going on. Some people, you find this training, some people are coming on YouTube, they'll just tell you, oh, I'll train you. Some people will train you for a fee also, right? And if it is something that you can afford and you're able to establish the credibility of the trainer, please go for it. It's a form of mentorship. I'm a very big fan of mentorship, right? Once you're able to ascertain the credibility of the person that will mentor you, please do get mentored. And you know why I encourage mentorship? Your mentor has access to opportunities that you don't have. And when I talk about mentorship, I'm not talking about your pastor's wife in church, right? That is your spiritual mentor. Get a mentor in the field that you want to work. Get a mentor. If you want a virtual job, find somebody that has a virtual job or that has access to virtual jobs and talk to the person and say, I want to get a virtual job. Do you know why? Because the person is already being bombarded with virtual opportunities. Please don't come and meet me because I have a lot of people on my neck, right? And I definitely have to work with people in-house before I work with people outside the house. So work with people, go and meet people that you know have this kind of jobs and talk to them. Now, don't go talking to one person and immediately you give up and say, oh, I talked to this person, I did not receive help. So you give up on your dreams. The goddess of good luck favors who? Men of action. You keep doing it until you get what you want. All right, so that is for training and shadowing. You train, you shadow, and then they help you to get a job. Or somehow you have the skills and then you know what to do. So please don't be too afraid to invest in yourself. Remember, the rain, it's raining over everybody. But are you willing to get out there, to get into the rain? All right, so the next thing, let's see. Now, how do you search for jobs, right? First is you search for yourself a target. Set a target for something that works. I told you, getting a job is a full-time job, right? So you need to set for yourself a target. What is your job search target? So for example, your target could be, I'm going to apply for at least 5 jobs on a weekly basis, depending on how hungry you are. Now set a small target for yourself and then you work your way up, right? You increase it as time goes by. So you set a target for yourself on your job search. The second thing is that you need to organize for success. When I talk about organization, you need to keep track. You need to keep track. You need to ensure that all your application documents are in place. So first you get yourself a good CV, get yourself a cover letter draft. A cover letter draft, right? Your cover letter would always change. Your cover letter is not static, but when you have a draft, it would encourage you. It is easy for you to quickly go in there and then get your cover letter redone, right? Or like when you have to start it from scratch. If you have to start from the scratch, you will never get to apply for the jobs because you say, oh, I'll do my cover letter later and I'll apply for that job, and you will not apply for it. So you organize for success, get yourself a good CV that works, get yourself a draft of a cover letter that will work for you, and then get yourself a way of keeping track. I think that's the next thing, a way of keeping track of your job applications. And then finally, you need to assess your progress. So many people are fond of applying for opportunities. You set yourself a target. Every week, you're applying for 10 opportunities. You need to sit back and find out what kind of jobs am I being called back for? What kind of jobs am I getting called back for? Because that is feedback. That is feedback to tell you, the effects that your CV, your application is giving, and you know what to tweak. Assess your progress. You know the kind of jobs, you know where you're at. You are able to know what you need to work on when you learn to assess your progress. And here, I give an example of a time I was looking for jobs, right? And you can see how I would come in here on Excel. I just created an Excel sheet, and then I will put every job I'm applying for. The name of the company, the date I applied for the company, the role I applied for, right? The scope, is it a Nigerian job? Is it an international job? What type of job is it? Is it a safety job? Safety means that I'm more than qualified. Fit means that it is my exact qualification. Rich means that there are things I don't have, but I just applied anyways, right? So you need to put them in, you need to take record. If you're not good with Excel, which by the way, you should at least know the basics of Excel if you're looking for a virtual job, right? But even if you're not good with Excel, what you need to do is you get a notebook and then you begin to record, the jobs you're applying for, when they responded to you, if they responded to you at all, assess your progress so that you know what you're doing right. If they're not calling you back at all, you know that you need help. If they're calling you back, maybe you're applying for sales role and customer service. They keep calling you back for customer service. They don't call you back for sales. You know that, okay, maybe my CV is not strong enough for sales. So you take track. And also remember, give it time sometimes. Give it time so that you know you're able to give yourself, a true assessment of what you're doing. All right. And finally, Once you've been able to get your job search right, the next thing is you begin to get called for interviews. And I'm just going to give you a few tips on how to interview for success. A good interview candidate is resourceful. Before you go in for any interview, go and do your research about the company, about the role, about what success will mean on that role. That will help you to channel your thoughts and channel your answers right. Remember, you are interviewing for a competitive role. So let me know if you're still in the chat box. If you're here, say, I'm here and learning. If you're here, just say, I'm here. Just type here or learning. Yes. If you're here, just say, I'm here. If you're learning, still learning. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so you need to be resourceful. So you don't go into an interview, wishing yourself good luck. Many people do that. You're going into an interview, you've not done a lot of research about the organization you want to work for. See, you need to really sit down. We've learned to do tests. When you're going for a test in university, right, you prepare for the test, you sit down, you do everything you need to do to get your interviews going. Why is it that to get your test going, why is it that for something that is going to help you to make money, you cannot sit down and prepare your answers ahead of time the way you would do for a test? This is more important than a test in uni. It's more important. So why can't you sit down and really do this? I don't want you to be that candidate that they're like, oh, we like you, but it happens because you're not well prepared. It's not because you're not good enough. There is a way you prepare for an interview that you are more, the interviewer is like, we need to have this person on our team. And it comes from a place of preparation. Let me tell you, 2 of the jobs I've gotten, I think I mentioned this yesterday, I was not particularly extra qualified for the 2 roles. I did not particularly have the experience they needed. I did not even have experience in the tools they needed, but ahead of time, I checked out the tools they needed. I checked out what I could do. I checked out what I could find out about it. I was prepared. You need to be that prepared for any role. Ask people that have done similar roles. Go and prepare for it as if you're preparing for a test, because this is a test that life is throwing at you, and you need to answer that test. The next thing is you need to be prepared, right? And when I talk about preparation, can you prepare for every interview you attend, you know at least 3 questions that they would ask you. You know 3 questions that there are 3 interview questions that they will ask you. Number 1 question, they are going to ask, can we meet you or introduce yourself? There is hardly any interview that question is not asked, and it's usually the first. Can you prepare to answer that question? Can you prepare a killer answer to that question? And you tailor that answer to what they want to hear. Oh, those people on my boot camp, I trust you. I trust you to, I like the confidence that we put into you. That's what I like. Because you'll be able to answer this question. Oh my God, you need to learn how to answer. Now, for those that, might not be able to get the paid services and all of that, go on Google and Google your answers. Find how do I answer the question, introduce yourself, and then practice and practice. Let me teach you one thing that you can do. Find somebody that is highly successful in your field. Practice answering that question on your phone. Go on WhatsApp, record an audio, right, of you answering that question to a panel. Send it to somebody in your field and ask the person, is it good enough? Somebody that is good, that is doing well in your field, and ask the person, is it good enough? And then listen to it over and over again. I'm not saying cram it word for word, because you might need to be a bit flexible about it, right? But I want you to be so comfortable with it that you're able to answer the question easily. And by the way, that question is not the question you answer by reading out everything that's on your CV. That's a very bad way to answer it. You don't answer it by saying, my name is this person, I went to this university, I've worked there. We already know that about you. And I think we have a resource on that, on answering this question on Instagram. Chinasa, if you're in the house, please ensure that sometime during this week, you post it on this community, right? Post it on this is the Jumpstart community. So please post it on the Jumpstart community so that people know how to answer that question. All right, the next thing is you need to be composed. When you're going for a virtual interview, right? Look at the way I'm appearing before you. I'm not all over the place. I'm well prepared in the way I'm facing you. My lighting is at least fairly good for tonight. My lighting is good. You need to be prepared that way too. A good background. I purposely painted this place white so that it will reflect well for virtual interviews and for meetings. You need to get a good position. I was teaching people yesterday, you need to be sitting opposite your light source. You don't back your light source. Like you cannot stay, I don't know how to explain it right now. If the major light source is a window, make sure you're sitting opposite the window. If it is a big light bulb, make sure you're sitting opposite the light bulb and your device is backing it. Get a stand for your device so that it's not dancing all over the place, because the way you dress is the way you are dressed. And when I talk about dressing, I'm talking about your composure generally. You want to do a virtual job, but you cannot compose yourself in a small meeting. So why should they trust you with a job where most of your meetings will be online, right? So you need to compose yourself. Appear early. You need to be confident. Confidence comes from that, the video I talked about personal branding. See, whatever you do here, I have a lot of products, right? Many products, CV, all of that. See, my personal branding videos, you need to get them. You need to watch it. Whether you're a student, you're working, ensure that you get access to personal branding, because that is the basis of everything. Personal branding is the basis of everything. You need to know who you are. You need to know what you want to do in this life. So get access to those things. It will help you. It will boost your confidence. And then you need to be curious. You shouldn't be that candidate that when they say, do you have any questions? You don't have any questions. You know what will feed your curiosity? It will be because you have gone ahead to do your research. As you're researching, you would have questions, right? So those are some of the things that a good candidate is. And then what makes a good candidate stand out? What makes a good candidate stand out? First is you study the organization's vision and mission, and then you find areas of alignment with your own vision and mission. You see why personal branding is important. If you don't know your own vision and mission, how will you be able to tell a story of alignment with the organization's vision and mission? Do you see where we are losing out? Do you see why you're not getting those kind of opportunities that you need to get? He's not reflecting on your CV. He's not reflecting in your interviews. That is why. All right. The next thing is you need to practice. Practice answering 5 common interview questions in line with the role that you're applying for. You practice it ahead of time. The next thing is dress the part, walk the part, talk the part, leave no doubt to your interviewers. Go in with, the first thing you need to work on is your confidence. Work on your confidence, right? And finally is, it's not just enough to brand yourself, right? Work on your character, work on your competence, work on the tools you will need to do the job. Arrive early, do more than is expected of you. Do more than is expected of you. And those are the things that you need to do, right? And this is going to be the end of the session. I'm looking at the time. I really want to take questions, and I still want to show you, I want to show you the particular places on your LinkedIn, right? But I'm looking at the time, and the time is definitely not going to be enough. So what I'm going to do is this. I have an offer for people on the group, right? For everybody in this team and everybody on the group. And I'm going to talk about that offer shortly. As I'm talking about the offer I have for those that might be interested in taking it, right? I want to first hear back from you. Number one is this. I want to ask you, have you found value? Like, if you found this session valuable, I want you to type valuable in the chat box. If you found it valuable, and I want you to be honest, like extremely honest with me, because I really want to give value, right? I really do want to give value. So please, if it has been valuable, type valuable, type valuable. I see, thank you. I see a lot of people typing valuable. Thank you so much. It's been valuable for you. Thank you so much. And I want you to be able to run with it. Now, remember what I talked about. You know, I said men of the goddess of good luck favor men of action, right? And I want certain people to take action tonight. I have products that I want people to buy. The products are on sale. Like I have the personal branding videos. It's currently going for 10,000 naira per person. So it's a series of 5 videos, right? And it's 10,000 naira per person. You can buy the videos. The video for personal branding is just 10,000 naira. You just buy and then you go. But I know that if I sell an online product to many people, you will buy that product and then you will not do it. You would not go through the videos or you will not follow through. And that is why we run the boot camps. And I'm inviting you to get on the boot. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Our boot camps are quite pricey. And the reason why the boot camps are pricey is because of, you know, the amount of work that we put into it. Before I talk about, I'm going to make you an offer, right? And then I'm going to call 1 or 2 people from the last boot camp to talk about their experience and, you know, just to talk about what they think, right? They'll just encourage you. But I'm going to make you an offer and I want you to look at this offer before we go. All right, so I have a course that I launched in September. It's the Career Accelerator Combo course. And what this course entails, it entails personal branding. I'll teach you how to know who you are, the kind of jobs you should be pursuing and things like that. It entails that. It entails CV upgrade, right? I'll teach you how to upgrade your CV. I'm not going to upgrade your CV for you, but I'll teach you how to do it. LinkedIn optimization. I'll teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn. You're going to get free templates. You're going to get referrals to recruiters. You know, I'm going to teach you how to do so many things on this course, right? Now, the course itself, when it was launched, was 80,000 naira. We dropped the price to 60,000 naira when we launched, but we even further dropped the price to 50,000 naira. Currently, it goes for 50,000 naira, right? But I'm going to show you something. I'm making an exclusive offer for those that are here. Now, this is what it entails. In fact, people that are going to be joining this course, they're not going to enjoy what people on the last course enjoyed. This is what it entails. I'm giving 2 offers because I know we have 2 categories of people here. We have the working class people here, and then we have people that are also that are students or people that are just trying to start out their careers. But wherever you find yourself, whatever you can afford, you can take it up. So this is first, you get the Career Accelerator Combo. That is personal branding, CV, LinkedIn, job interview preparation, and then job search skills. Those 5 things, you get them. They are videos pre-recorded. You listen to them, you know, you watch them by yourself, right? It costs 50,000 naira for the 5 videos, right? 50,000 naira. Our coaching sessions. Now, like I told you, if I give you the videos to go and watch by yourself, most likely you will buy and then you will not complete it. It has happened to me several times. If that has happened to you, have you ever bought an online course that you did not complete? Anybody, if you bought an online course and you did not complete it, let me see your hand up. Okay. I've bought an online course and I did not complete it. I need to see I see hands up. Thank you. I see some hands up. Yes. I know it happens. It has happened to me. Thank you. It has happened to me several times. I'm really interested. I buy the course, but I don't, once they send it to me, maybe I watch the first one, the second one, and then I don't watch again. And that is why we always run boot camps. So when you're doing this, we send you the video at the beginning of the week. Then at the end of the week, we gather for a group coaching session, right? We gather for a group coaching session. So the group coaching session is, we'll run for 4 weeks. Like for 4 weeks, we'll gather and then I'll guide you on what you've learned in the videos. That will force you to watch the videos. That's true. The next thing is, and each group session and each coaching session, we charge 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira. You're going to be getting 4 of that. it's supposed to be 200,000 naira. You're going to get free templates for all the things you need, free CV templates. We have a template that is even more comprehensive than the one we sent yesterday. You're going to get on a career growth challenge. So you do a LinkedIn challenge, you do a challenge to complete your CV. You always have, a challenge to complete everything that you're learning in the Career Accelerator combo. And everything together should normally cost you 350,000 naira. But I'll show you where we are going. Now, for those that are working class people, right, we have the Career Accelerator combo also available to you. You get free one-on-one sessions. So unlike everybody that is getting the group coaching session, which you will be a part of, you get a free one-on-one session, just one actually, a free one-on-one session where we break down everything. So before you even start, you meet with me, I'll look at where you are, where you're going, we'll work out some things before you get into the group coaching session, right? And then you get the assessment template also, you get the career growth challenges, and then you get the 4-week group coaching session. You get, so when others work on their CV and LinkedIn and all of that, I'm not going to work on it for them. But for those in the Career Accelerator, in the bigger package, I'm going to, once you finish working on your CV and everything, I'm going to edit it. So we'll have our staff look at it, they will re-edit everything within your CV, right? Your CV, your cover letter, your LinkedIn is going to be re-edited by us personally, right? But those on the smaller package, you would get to write it yourself. We look at it, we'll tell you if it's okay and all of that, but we are not the one, we won't work on it for you, all right? And then you get one-on-one guidance on your next job application. So that service actually costs 100,000 naira, right? And the total of that is 700,000 naira. But for the purpose of those in this training, now, instead of you paying this amount, I'm allowing you pay 7,500. You get everything you're seeing on the left side of your screen for 7,500 naira only. For 1 month, you're going to be together with me. We're starting middle of November. Middle of November, we're starting, I think it's 12th. I'm not sure of the date now. We start on the 12th of November or so. You get everything I've mentioned. You get the courses, but not only will you buy the course, we will guide you to ensure that you finish up. The courses are already on sale. Each of the courses is already going for 10,000 naira. We're advertising and people are buying, and the feedback has been amazing, amazing. I'll check if Miss Chi is in the house. Maybe she'll be able to give us a feedback on that session, right? Or anybody that's taking the personal branding course can tell you, or the CV course, or the LinkedIn, or anything. The course on its own is enough for you to do well. But I don't want you, I know that some people will buy that course and they will not do it. I want you to do it. So you're going to be having 4 sessions with me to ensure that you complete the course. And then the feedback sessions, and I'll have somebody talk about it. And you're getting that for just 7,500 naira only. Somebody from Ghana says, how much is that in cedis? I don't know, can TK please do the conversion for me? Or I'll convert it to dollars and then I'll let you know how much it is in dollars. I'll do that right away. It should be that's about $10 right now or so. Just about $10 at the moment. It's just about $10, funny enough. Just $10. Like, it's a total giveaway, considering the fact that people are buying at this cost. People on even people that did the Career Accelerator combo, you would agree with me, ask them. I charge them, and I charge them without, I don't look at you twice. I charge for my sessions. I charge because I'm running a business too, right? But I want to reach more and more and more people. And because of that, I'm reducing it to just $10 for everybody here. Now for the bigger package, where I will be the one to finally edit your CV, edit your LinkedIn, edit your cover letter. That's after you've done it. We don't write CVs from the scratch for anybody at 360 Guide. We work on it together, right? We work on it together. So if you need this package, then we're going to reduce this from this price, and you're going to be paying just 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira is the cost. I'm trying to see what 50,000 naira will cover. It doesn't cover any of those things here. It doesn't cover any of the things here. But so that you can have access to it, I'm going to give it to you at this price. Now, I'm not going to leave it open forever, because I remember that for the last boot camp, we wanted only 10 people. We ended up with 23 people that signed up. So I'm going to be closing this offer, especially the 7,500 offer is going to be closing. I'm going to give you till tomorrow, 12 p.m. West African time. I'm going to give you till tomorrow to make payment. I'm going to give it till tonight. Make the payment tonight, right? By tomorrow, I will increase it to 10,000 naira. Just in case we've not filled up. If we filled up, I would end it. If we're filled up, we would end it. So if you're interested, just make your payment on the group, signify that you've made the payment, and immediately Taria will reach out to you and place you on the right group, right? She'll place you in the training group. We start, I think, on the 12th of November is the date. I'll check the 12th of November. That is when we'll start, and then we'll do it for a month, right? And then your career can never remain the same. Everybody needs to take it. Everybody, like, it is less than the cost of one single course. And I'm not going to say more than that because I'm even already stressed right now. So please ensure you get on board. For those that are already working professionals, the 50,000 naira option is better for you because that way, I know you're busy, you might not be able to, the group sessions might not, you would attend the group sessions because you would learn from other people. There is a way it just spurs you on to do things right. But you would also have the free one-on-one sessions with me. And then there's also, we work on, whatever you work on, we'll complete it for you, right? We'll complete it for you. So that is what we are going to be doing. For the payment details, for those in Ghana, wow. Oh my God, this is amazing. So somebody just gave me a private chat, and this is somebody that was on the boot camp. This is somebody that joined the last boot camp. She paid for the boot camp. She even paid she paid for the 50,000 naira option, right? And she's saying that she wants to pay for 2 people. She wants to pay for 2 people to show you how valuable this is. That's awesome. Thank you. So I'm not going to mention her name because I know people will start reaching out to her. She wants to pay for 2 people, right? But she's going to refund 2. So the first 2 people that pay, if you finish the boot camp, the first 2 people that pay, if you finish the boot camp, she's going to refund your money to you at the end of the boot camp. So she's paying the money to me, right? And then when you're done with the boot camp, she's going to refund you just to be sure that you follow through with the boot camp. Thank you so much. I'm trying not to mention your name. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. This is amazing. This is amazing. Thank you so much. For those in Ghana, just pay $10. I'll give you the dollar payment option so that you can pay in dollars. That would make it just easy for you, right? So that's the amount to pay. And this is what to pay, right? For those of us still on the session, for those that are paying, the first 2 people that pay, make your payments. Once you complete the boot camp, your money will be refunded back to you because somebody has volunteered to pay for you. So if you're ready to make that payment, all right, so the payment medium for those that are paying, now for those that are paying from Nigeria, this is the payment instruction. And for those that are paying from Ghana, I'm going to send you my dollar account so that you can make payments into the dollar account. So if you're paying from Ghana, I'm going to drop just before, once we round up with this meeting, right, I'll drop the dollar payment option. Please ensure that you pay tonight. In fact, let's take slots because I don't want a situation where we'll have more than the 10 people like we had the last time, because that class, the last call, you people really stressed me. Thank you so much. But it was amazing. It was amazing working with you, right? I think on the group, we already have, I think I can see 2 people now that have paid. Thank you so much. I see 2 people that have already made payments. Awesome. So more people, please make in your payments tonight. And then I want 1 person from the last bootcamp to talk. Please, anybody from the last bootcamp, let me see who I can see here. Anybody from the last bootcamp who is around, I just want you to give the feedback. We're closing very soon because I also have a meeting. I have another meeting by 8 o'clock and I need to leave. For the things that I promised to show you, I'll do a recording and I'll post on the group. That's how to the major things you need to do on LinkedIn, I'll show you, and then how to set alerts on Google. I would also send that on the group. So please don't leave the group just yet. Make sure that you send that. All right, so who is here? Who is here? Who is here? Uh-oh, who was on the last boot camp? I'm not calling the person that promised to pay for 2 people. Okay, I see Sally here. Sally, can you please unmute? Sally, are you here? Let me ask you to unmute, please. Uh-oh. Okay, I see Sally, I see Ayowale. So Ayowale and Sally, I think I've asked you to unmute. Please unmute and speak. Anybody that is here.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, so I was trying to hide. I was trying to dodge not to talk. Like, okay, I was privileged to be part of the last boot camp, and it's been an enlightening session. The videos were very helpful. Prior to this time, I hadn't sat to calculate how many years of work experience I had, but on my one-on-one session with the coach, I was able to realize that I don't take for this market more. And presently, I'm actively applying. Before my one-on-one session, I was at that point where I felt something was wrong and I was about giving up. But the one-on-one session has helped me build back confidence, and I'm out there doing my thing. And now I know that I am enough. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you so much, Sally. I really appreciate that feedback. I want Ayowale to speak just before we go. Ayowale, are you there? Let me see. Oh, okay. She says she's currently at work. All right. Ayowale is currently at work, so she's not able to.
Hello, ma. I quickly excuse myself.
Thank you.
Okay, ma. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everybody from Ghana. So quickly, I really wish I had more time. I could have more time to really talk about the boot camp. To be honest, a lot of things have changed about me, and all thanks to Coach B. I now have, like somebody testified yesterday, to having more than enough job application. I think I'm having the same problem right now. I don't even know which one is real or which one is not real, from the LinkedIn optimization to, to CV writing. And one of the things I do at work, one of the major things, one of my major role where I work is CV writing. And to be honest with you, I've really improved in writing people's CVs. You know, when you have to write CVs for artisans, I mean, try to make it simpler. But then everything I've learned here from Coach B, it has really been helpful for me, both at work and in my personal life. To be honest with you, I don't even know which of these jobs to apply for, or which one not to apply for, who to send my CVs to, or who not to send, who to even accommodate to chat with, or who not to accommodate with. So my candid advice to you is, do not joke with this. Even if you can afford the 50K, which I would advise anybody here to have gone for, just try as much as possible to go for that of the 7.5. When you do the 7.5, then you would know. I'm sure between yesterday and today's session, you would know which one you know where you want to be already. I have really changed my communication, my job, everything, almost everything about me has changed. Thanks to Coach B.
All right, thank you so much. And finally, I just want to say a very big thank you to everybody that joined. Like, I don't take you for granted. Like, the fact that you didn't have to join, but you came. You didn't have to listen to me, but you came, you stayed to the end. I wish there was something I could do. And trust me, even for those that would not join, you know, the boot camps and all of that, trust me, we will continue to supply you with materials to help you grow. Remember that our dream is to build a place for professionals in Africa, right? So we'll keep supplying you with things that would help you improve. Please feel free to stay within the community. just feel free to stay there. When you get the videos, we always send out videos, materials, and all of that. Use them. Use them. Use them. We do the boot camps too. You know the way a boot camp is, because everybody is doing what you're doing, you get to do them, right? It kind of pushes you further. But we know that there are people that sincerely cannot afford. But I know most people can afford, but let's say for some reason, in all sincerity, you can't afford to pay, then stay in the free group and then take advantage of the things that you're learning. Sometimes from time to time, I throw out offers. I can just tell you, you know what, join the LinkedIn challenge, join this one, join that one, right? That might happen. But the best thing that can happen to you is to join this bootcamp, please. If you can, please ensure you join tonight. Make sure you reach out to me, chat Taria up privately, and then we'll tell you how to make payments. For those in Ghana, my apologies. I'm going to send you the dollar payment option, or maybe I can ask TK to help me take the payments. Yes, so I'm going to work out something with TK right now. He's going to take the payment for me from Ghana, and then we'll sort it out amongst ourselves. I think that will just be awesome. Thank you so much. It's 8 on the dot. I need to get into another meeting. I love you so much. I truly appreciate you. If you have any questions, get on the group. Get on the group, ask your questions. Thank you so much. Can you just, I'm going to release people to unmute. You can type anything. I want to say thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. It's been amazing being here with you. These 2 days of training have been amazing. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, everybody. I do not in any way take you for granted. I think you can unmute yourselves if you want to say something. Unmute yourselves, say goodbye, say something.
Thank you so much. Goodbye. Coach Bolu, goodbye. We really appreciate it.
Bye. We love
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thank you. God bless you. I really appreciate it. It was an
God bless you,
insightful
ma.
session.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
God bless you. God bless
You're
you. God will
welcome.
provide. I will do the
Thank you.
needful. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Questions? I'm still taking questions on the group. Please ensure you ask questions on the group. Ensure you ask questions on the group if you have any. All right, thanks. Bye,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank you, Coach. Bye.
Bye.
The one that is not heavy.
When are we meeting again?
When are we meeting again? Until we run the next boot camp, which will be, the next free session should be like next year, I think. I used to run in December. It's a goal setting session I run in December. So the goal setting might run in December, right? So if the goal setting is running, we'll definitely let you know. So it helps you to set goals for the next year. So we'll let you know if we're running goal setting in December.
We'll be glad to hear from you. You're welcome.
Thank you. Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.